we have John today, truckingwins.com. My man, I mean, DOT officer, investigator. I mean, intro yourself, brother.
Yeah, all right. So I used to be a state patrol inspector working up in Wisconsin, and I stopped trucks at scales for 12 years. So if you recognize me from the day, I apologize. Then I became an investigator with the Fed. So I knocked on company doors and I went through all of their stuff and gave them bad ratings and fines and penalties. Heck, I was even a hazmat guy with the airlines checking hazmat on airplanes. So 23 years government regulator. Now I'm founder of truckingwins.com. What is this? It's an online training resource to help truckers understand how to navigate and swim through all of this, this rough waters called DOT compliance and regulations. I speak to you plainly. There's plenty of training videos there. Plus, I have a live coaching call once a month that all members can come to. So come check me out at truckingwins.com.
Hey, that's what we're talking about. So, the whole PC game, before we get into some options, let's tell them first some of the options that they're legally allowed to do when they're doing personal conveyance. First off, for the ones that are new, what is personal conveyance so people have an understanding?
All right. So personal conveyance is driving your truck legally on a road in the off-duty status. I'll say it again. Legally driving your truck on a highway in the off-duty status is personal conveyance. And if you use it when you're allowed to use it, it's 100% legal to be off-duty driving on the road.
Got it. So I love that. So let's talk about some scenarios because, I've had truck drivers email me and say, hey, Alex, man, I've been pulled over. I was off duty. They gave me a ticket for that while I was driving. I told them I was doing my PC time, and the police officer said, nope, you did it wrong. So let's give some scenarios here, sir.
All right. So there's a big history of PC I'm not going to get into right now. There's documents that you should really print and put in your truck. We won't get into that right now. There's an FAQ that came out with the regulation guidance question, and they tried to clarify it there. But to bring it all home for you on this call, there are 4 scenarios, 4 that are written in black and white where it explicitly states PC is absolutely legal, right? So we'll go through those 4. Number 1, when you are either in the sleeper berth or off duty, part of a 34-hour restart, a 10-hour break, or a 30-minute break, when you're getting rest and you're not driving or working, you are absolutely allowed to use PC to go to a restaurant or entertainment. Now, I didn't make that up. That's in black and white in the guidance. Google it. 395.8, question number 26. Go to appropriate scenarios, and number 1 says when you're off duty or sleeper berth getting rest, you can push PC, drive on a road to a nearby restaurant or any entertainment. And it does not say how far you can go. However, you can't be fatigued and do it.
Gotcha.
So there's number 1.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. How about number 2?
Number 2, this has to do with your residence, your home. If you are coming from a company terminal, loaded or not, doesn't matter, because PC doesn't care if you have a load or not. They used to, but not anymore. If you are at a company terminal, loaded or not, you can push PC and drive on a highway all the way to your house, as long as you're not ill or fatigued. Now, once you're at your house, load or not, you can drive back to the terminal if you want. But if you choose to deliver the load from your house, you'll start your workday from your house. But all activity from a terminal to your residence, loaded or not, absolutely qualifies. Second one under number 2, trailer drop lot. If you are coming from a trailer drop lot, loaded or not, a trailer drop lot where you load or unload trailers and drop the trailers. Trailer drop lot's the term. You can go to your home, your residence, from a trailer drop lot. So how do you show that you had a trailer drop lot? Well, it's pretty simple. You went there with trailer number 12. You left with trailer number 11. How is that not a trailer drop lot? Or you went there with trailer number 12 and you left bobtailing. How is that not a trailer drop lot? Now, if you go there with trailer 12 and you leave with trailer 12, that ain't no drop lot. You just unloaded. You get it?
I got you. Now, the question that
go from a trailer can you go from a trailer drop lot to your residence and back to a trailer drop lot? Yes, just like a terminal. That's it. That's the only places you're allowed to go to your home from.
So my question is, how far of a distance can that home terminal be?
All right. So the guidance does not put distance. So remember how I said you can go to a restaurant or entertainment and there's no distance? Just don't be ill or fatigued. Same with this. There is no distance outlined in the guidance. So if you are in Illinois at the company terminal and you live in Texas, you can technically PC all the way to Texas as long as you're not ill or fatigued. Now, there's a caveat to that. Trucking companies can limit distance. Just because the guidance says you're okay to go as far as you want to a restaurant or entertainment, or as far as you want from terminal or drop lot to your home, that doesn't mean it's a good idea. So the trucking company is allowed via policy to limit your distance. Do the feds limit your distance? No.
So
companies, yes.
So on a Fed level, if I live out here in Florida, and my home terminal, the closest one to my home, I'm a company driver, right?
Yep.
Is in Georgia.
Yep.
And to my house is 1,200 miles.
Yep.
I can PC 1,200 miles to my house on a federal level. That's not wrong. That's legal.
It is 100% legal as long as you're not ill or fatigued. And they'd have to somehow prove with evidence that you're ill or fatigued. Hey, driver, why were you weaving your lane? I'm kind of tired. Well, you shouldn't have said that.
Gotcha. So pretty much your home terminal, that's crazy. So you could drive 2,000 miles if you're not ill or fatigued, but your company policy might not let you drive.
Correct. But if you're a single truck guy with your own authority, you are the company. The driver is the company. So what is your limit on distance if you own the company and you're the driver of a single truck motor carrier? Fatigue, that's it. As long as you're not tired, you can go from your terminal to your residence or your residence to your terminal or trailer drop lot. So let's say you're an owner-operator with one truck and you finish a load in Georgia and you drop your trailer at that lot. Can you bobtail from that trailer drop lot home and come back the next week and bobtail back to that trailer drop lot and pick up your trailer? Yes, it's a trailer drop lot.
So that's cool. So I love that they allow it to be either your home terminal or a drop lot.
A trailer drop lot. And the funny thing, man, is they don't define what a trailer drop lot is.
Yeah.
So by default, a trailer drop lot is where you drop a trailer. So if you can demonstrate in your ELD that you went there with trailer number 11 and left without it, how is that not a trailer drop lot?
Yeah, even if it was a parking spot, it's still
correct. If you rent a space at a truck stop and you drop your trailer and put a kingpin lock on and bobtail home, that's a trailer drop lot. And you can go as far as you want as long as you're not ill or fatigued. So there's number 2. We're clear so far.
Hey, that's my title right there, John. It's going to be legally. You can drive 3,000 miles. PC legally, you can PC 3,000 miles home
as long as you're not fatigued.
As long as you're not fatigued.
And how do they prove if you're fatigued? They're not sleep doctors. You'd have to almost admit it.
Right. You have to say, hey, I'm tired. That's why this and that. So
you know what my argument would be if they tried to say, well, if you're over hours, you must be tired. Well, then why do you have this thing called the agricultural exemption where you let me drive off duty because I'm hauling potatoes?
Exactly. No, you're right.
Don't act like just because I'm over the hours, then I'm automatically fatigued, because that's not true. So remember I said 4?
Yeah.
There's 2.
I know. Yeah. Let's go to it.
Ready for number 3?
Let's do it.
And these words I'm using, man, I'm not using creative language. I'm regurgitating exactly what the document says, almost verbatim. Number 3, after you load and unload at a shipper receiver, you can use PC to go to a nearby, reasonable, safe location as long as it's the closest one. I'll say it again. Every time you load and unload, even if you're over hours because they held you up too long, you can use PC and drive on a highway to a nearby reasonable safe location, truck stop, as long as it's the closest one.
Gotcha.
Yep. Now let's say you get to that closest one and it's full. Well, then it's not reasonable, correct? Take a photo of that truck stop, video the truck stop with your camera, annotate truck stop full, and go to the next closest one. You get it?
So, you know, when truck drivers are complaining, saying that they don't have enough hours of service to go find parking, they're just not understanding the rules and regulations.
Well, there's two scenarios there, my friend. I just said scenario number 3, where you can use PC. After you load and unload, you have to go to the closest truck stop. And if you go there and there's no parking, then you can go to the next closest. But what you can't do is this. You can't load and unload and pass up 78 truck stops, almost run out of hours, and then say, oh, I'm going to use PC to find parking. That's not PC. That's bad planning. You could have stopped at any one of those other 78 truck stops, and you chose not to.
Right.
Now, what's kind of a trick, and I'm just reading the law, right? Let's say I pass up 78 truck stops, and I get to that truck stop on time. And I'm like, whoo, I made it. Great planning. But it's now full, right? Can I use PC to go find another spot? You cannot. Because you're not allowed to use PC because the truck stop's full. Only if you went to the closest one after loading and unloading. But could you do this? Now we're going to use number 3 and number 1 together. Could you go to that truck stop that's full, park somewhere, run in, brush your teeth, get like something to drink, maybe buy some earbuds, right? Shoot the junk by the Twinkie stand with another trucker, all off duty. Come back to your truck 20 minutes later, and the truck stop's still full, right? Don't push PC to go find more parking. Push PC to go to a restaurant or entertainment. Oh, John, I got you. If you end up at a truck stop on time and it's full, then go to a restaurant or go get some entertainment. Because when I'm at a truck stop off duty, am I allowed to go get restaurant and entertainment under number 1? Yeah. But should I say, yeah, I was at the truck stop and it was full, so I PC'd to another truck stop because it was full? Don't say that, because there's no provision for that. That's not in number 1. That's not in number 2, number 3. I didn't say that when you run out of time at a truck stop that's full, you can PC to another truck stop, did I? I didn't. The only time you're allowed to do that is if you're loading and unloading, you go to a nearby reasonable safe one, which is the closest one, and it's full. Then you can go to the next closest one.
Gotcha.
You can't leapfrog 50 truck stops, run out of hours, and say, oopsie, and hit PC.
Right. But you can run out of hours and say, I want to go eat some steak.
Yes.
But that steak might be next to a truck stop.
Yeah, or at a truck stop. Even if you're at a truck stop with really bad food and you're a health conscious person, you can drive to another truck stop because they have a better salad bar, right? Or let's say there's slot machines at the other truck stop and not this one. Can you PC to the other truck stop to play slot machine video games? Yeah. That's entertainment. The government can't tell you where and when to eat, and they can't tell you when to play video games or watch a movie, right?
Gotcha. I got you. Okay, we're in on it. So number 4.
Safety official. Anytime a safety official tells you to move, I didn't say cop. I said safety official. So if a safety official says you can't park here and move, example, you're on an on-ramp to a rest area. Cop comes up and says you can't park here. Push PC, go find a spot. You're at a shipper receiver and a security guard says, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm waiting to be called to my door. This is not a safe place for you. Go to the other side. That was the security guard. You're at a truck stop and some security guy says, hey, we're going to do some repaving right here with blacktop. Can you kindly go park on the other side of the lot? Sure. PC, go. Safety official tells you to go, you're good. Nearby reasonable safe first location, you're good. Terminal to residence, residence to terminal, or drop lot to terminal, drop lot to residence, residence to drop lot. You're good. restaurant and entertainment when you're off duty. So now, every single time you use PC in your logbook, you're required to annotate what you're doing. What words should you use, man? Right?
Entertainment, restaurant.
Yeah.
Or if you're at a drop lot, you use drop lot
to residents.
To residents. So residents, drop lot, entertainment.
So here's your words. Here's your words, buddy. Restaurant, entertainment, terminal to residents, drop lot to residents, nearby reasonable safe first, safety official. Every trucking company should program those words with a little button in your ELD so you can pick one of those 4.
Fair.
Now, can you get away with others? Maybe, but those ones are written in black and white on a piece of paper issued by the feds. So use those 4, just like I said, or go to truckingwins.com. I have a 27-minute PC video that outlines that in its entirety. Every trucking company should have every driver watch that video.
No, I love that. Yeah, make sure I'll have descriptions down below. John's a friend of mine. You know, he's been doing this a long time, helping truckers at trucking companies. So, you know, we're here collaborating on this. And, you know, this actually solves a lot of those scenarios that I talk about on the show when people are parked on an on-ramp and then the officer asks him to move and he says, I'm off duty. I'm not legally allowed to move. Well, actually,
he is.
You can legally PC.
100%.
The problem is the law officer, he doesn't know the rules strong enough that he could say that.
All right. Now, hey, share my screen a minute. I'm going to show them how to find the documents they should print and put in their vehicle, right?
Gotcha.
So here's how it works. FMCSA personal conveyance.
Gotcha.
This website right here. Click. They put it on their page. Right here, question 26. Under what circumstances can you use PC? This first paragraph says you can do it even if laden. That means loaded. It says right here that motor carriers can establish limitations more restrictive, like mileage. Then down here it says appropriate uses. Number 1. Restaurant and entertainment. Did I make that up, buddy? I didn't. It says it right there. Next one. Drop lot to residence. Terminal to residence. Okay. Nearby reasonable safe as long as it's the first location available. And then safety official. Got it?
Got it. Got it. So truck drivers, just remember, we got to stop fighting law enforcement and security guards about, hey, if they're saying it's unsafe for us to park here, we actually legally can PC. Because I see that happen a lot, John, where truck drivers on the bad end are saying, by law, I can't move. You know, my hours are up. And you can. So this is good for us, John, because we want to get better too. And we want to learn. So I appreciate you for your time, brother.
Yep. And then here's one last one that I get all the time. What they did is, see the date on this? November of 18 at the bottom, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, they came out with these FAQs for PC. And I just showed you the link in how to get here, right?
Right.
The only place this document exists is on this website in this spot. I've never found it anywhere else. And what happened was in June of 18, they came out with new PC guidance. In November of 18, which is the date of this, they further clarified. Let's read number 1. May a driver drop his last load at a receiver facility and use PC to go to their home, residence, or a terminal? No. After dropping your last load off, it's a continuation of the trip to go home or to your terminal. You can't use PC. If you really think about it, this is not one of the 4 I said. This says after you drop off your last load, what did I say? You can go to a nearby reasonable safe first location. That doesn't mean you can go all the way to your residence or your terminal when you finish the week. You know how many drivers think right now that they're allowed to drop that last load for the week and drive all the way home when this clearly says you cannot?
Right, right. What you can do is you could, if you're under a load, you can still drive home and then drive back to your load for working, right? Or you could drop your trailer, right?
You'd have to drop your trailer. The only time you can go home is if you drop your trailer. But here, you can't drop your trailer at a drop lot and go to a terminal. PC does not allow drop lot to terminal and terminal to drop lot. PC only allows drop lot to residence and residence to drop lot, or terminal to residence and residence to terminal. In this case, what could the driver do? He could leave the shipper after his last load and go to the closest truck stop and take a 10-hour break.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
That's what he can do.
Yeah.
Now get this one, man. You want to hear something stupid? Right? Let's say that you dropped your last load a half an hour from your terminal, but you're 2 hours from your house, and the terminal's in the opposite direction of where you dropped your load. You get it?
Right.
But I can make it to my terminal on time within my hours, but I can't make it to my residence because I'm a half an hour from the terminal in the opposite direction of my residence, and I'm 2 hours from my residence. Can I, on the clock, go to my terminal, sit there for 1 minute, and then drive 2.5 hours to my house? Yes. Wait a minute, John. I can't drop my load and go 2 hours home, but I can drop my load, go a half an hour on the clock to the terminal, then stay there for a few minutes, and then turn around and go 2.5 hours home? It's exactly what I just said.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's stupid, but it is what it is. You know what I always told people, man, when I was an investigator training new inspectors and investigators? I used to tell them to leave their common sense at the door. Leave your common sense at the door, and you grab this green regulation book and you apply what it says, or you grab these FAQs or the guidance that I just said, and you apply it as written. Then after you do that, then go back and get your common sense and decide whether to write him a ticket or not. You get it?
I get you.
And to me, is it right that in order for you to go from your last load to your home, you'd have to bypass and go to your terminal first? No, it ain't right. Does it make any sense? No. But if you go through the words I read to you, are you allowed to drive on the clock to your terminal? Yes or no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you're at your terminal, are you allowed to go to your residence? Yeah. But can you go from your last load to your residence? No. So you mean to tell me I have to drive an extra hour, right? In order to do it legally. Well, isn't the point of the hours of service to reduce the amount of time on the road when you're tired, right? So why does manipulating this law, and I don't want to use the word manipulating, but why does applying these letters in black and white require you to drive an extra hour in that scenario instead of just going from your last load to your home?
No, that's very interesting. You know, it's it's just one of those things where, because that's crazy, right? Like if you're on a load and you want to drop your trailer at a drop lot and then drive 3,000 miles home and then drive 3,000 miles back, you can do that.
As long as you're not fatigued. Now, you know what I've had companies do? You ready for this one?
Yep.
They have 100 trucks and they continuously have drivers end their week on a Friday at the same shipper, which is not uncommon for a big fleet, right?
Right.
So let's say 20 drivers end every Friday at one shipper. They rented a lot a mile away. And when you go to that lot, you go there and drop your trailer and pick another one up and PC home. The sole purpose of purchasing a lot for trailer drop is so they can PC from it. There's no other logical reason to have that lot a mile from that shipper. You get it?
That's crazy.
But Jimmy with trailer number 12 drives over there, drops 12, grabs 11 and drives home. And he can demonstrate in his ELD it was a trailer drop lot. Isn't that nuts?
It's crazy. It just doesn't.
Does the law say you can go from a trailer drop lot to your residence? Yes or no?
Yeah, you can.
So if your company purchases a space to drop and hook trailers, how is that not a trailer drop lot? It's in essence a terminal, right?
Right.
Why did they rent it? Just so the drivers could PC home.
That's crazy. You know, so the only rule that people are getting confused is if you're done with your last load and you're trying to PC to your home, you can't do that.
Nope. Now, if you somehow found your way legally to a drop lot or a terminal, then you can go home.
That's crazy.
So if the drop lot or the terminal is closer to your home, run on the clock to the terminal, then PC home.
You just always have to be at a drop lot pretty much, or a terminal.
That's what you see the reg I read you, right?
Yeah. Now, what if you ask it has to be your home terminal, right? So that's the thing.
Nope. If you're a trucking company with 2,000 trucks and you have a terminal in every state, an office space where you park trucks, you can have 50 terminals.
Right. Gotcha.
You think Schneider National only has one terminal in Green Bay? Hell no.
I heard that. So, this is the easy, hard confusion of personal conveyance that everybody needs to learn. And hey, I knew a lot of this, but I'm getting always more educated. And I ask fun questions just to make it more fun. But no, I appreciate you, John. No, thank you so much for being on the show, brother. And, definitely send it away. Make sure I'll put links down below at truckingwins.com. Make sure to follow my guy, and he'll show you the way. So I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, come to truckingwins.com, and I'll tell you why I started it. You'd say, oh, he just wants to make a bunch of money doing training videos. I honestly like truckers, and I want to help truckers navigate all of this stuff so they can make it home safer, so they can make it home quicker, so they can run more efficiently and make money. If you're going to be away from your family and your kids, why don't you want to run as efficiently as possible, as safe as possible, so you can make it back to them with as much money in your pocket as possible? And if you don't understand these rules, that's what Trucking Wins is for. It's to help educate you to improve the quality of your life.
I love it, man. I love it. I appreciate you. Truckingwins.com. I have descriptions down below. I appreciate you, John.
All right. And then, hey, I can't wait to do our next ones, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right. See ya.